Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai, and today's video is going to be episode 7 of my astrology apartment series, the Libra inspired apartment. And if you are not sure what my astrology apartment series is, it is practically a series of apartments that I have built that are each inspired by a different zodiac sign. And we are finally entering Libra season, so obviously I had to build one for them. And thankfully, my best friend is a Libra, so I was able to kind of take inspiration from his apartment, and I think it turned out pretty accurate. I am curious to know what everybody else thinks, because I know not everybody is going to be the same, not everybody is going to have the same taste, even if you are born around the same time. Zodiac signs are simply suggestions, but I felt like it was kind of interesting because I did implement a lot of elements that he has in his real life apartment, so that was kind of fun. And also even things that I have suggested to him that he should change about his apartment, and this way I felt like I was kind of able to, I don't know, like show him, hey look, it looks kind of nice in this apartment, so maybe it'll look nice in yours. But yeah, I wanted to, I don't know, really include a lot of elements that are related to the Libra zodiac. So I included roses, a lot of roses, because roses are the Libra flower, birth flower, so that's kind of cool. And I also tried to include a lot of kind of romantic elements to this apartment because Libra is technically ruled by Venus, and Venus is the goddess of love and romance, and I thought that it was probably a good idea to, I don't know, make it feel a little bit romantic. And I also wanted the colors to be kind of neutral, very airy, because Libra is an air sign. And I also, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I did something in this apartment that is kind of different from ones that I've done in the past, because each apartment has 2 bedrooms, and I always have made the second bedroom into something that, I don't know, into like a skill building room, or just I've made it pretty much the I don't know, the biggest indicator of what zodiac sign we're working with, because it's the one that kind of, I don't know, is most built around their personality. And then, I don't know, in this one I did something a little bit different in the house, so I'm just excited to show you guys. And I really did my best to include as many details as possible while filming. Something that I do very often is that I will build kind of the general outline of the build, and then I will add a lot of extra details in post-production. For this one, I actually changed very little in post-production. I think maybe I changed a couple of swatches, and that's kind of it. But for this one, I didn't really change too much, thankfully. I felt like I was very locked in, as the kids say these days, and I was able to complete most of my vision while filming, so you'll get to see all of it. And over here, I kind of wanted to add a gallery wall, but I wanted it to not just be 2 different gallery walls. I wanted it to be just one big one that goes along those 2 walls, which was kind of nice because I felt like it kind of helped it flow a little bit better, helped like the general room flow a little bit better. And yeah, I was kind of struggling to figure out the color scheme and the shapes and the frames and everything, you know, make it all work and harmonize. But I think in the end, slowly but surely, I did figure it out. And obviously I wanted to make a lot of the decor and the furnishings very balanced. Libra is kind of seen as, I don't know, they're like not personified, but the symbol of Libra is the scale. So I did want to make sure that everything felt very balanced. I did 2 of a lot of things. I didn't want to go too symmetrical though, because I didn't feel like that's, I don't think that balance is symmetry. Balance is just harmony, and I just wanted to make it feel that way. And I also included a little pet bed and a couple of pet bowls because my best friend, who is a Libra and whose birthday is tomorrow, like the day after I'm posting this, they have 2 French bulldogs, and so I kind of wanted to include a couple of pet items for those 2 French bulldogs. Shout out to Sophie and Sam, I love you guys. And yeah, I really love this kitchen island as well. It's very in your face. I don't think in any of the other apartments I have actually made a kitchen island this big. And I know right now it's curved, but I actually do change that in post-production to make it have the square corners so that there's more seats around. because something that a lot of air signs have is that they're very social. So I did want to make sure that I was giving them enough space to be able to entertain all of their friends, and I also wanted to give them a little coffee corner. I felt like that would also be really good for entertaining and is also a little bit of a nod to my friend's house. And while I was looking for clutter, I actually did find that we do have scales in The Sims, so I made sure to include one over here, and I also included a single one in the kitchen. I don't know, maybe they like to bake bread. I don't know. The scale also, I think it's just a little symbol, and that's kind of fun. I did add a little umbrella holder there, but I do end up actually removing that in post-production because I didn't like the way that it looked. And over here, I'm just cluttering up the counters to make it feel a little bit lived in. And this is where I was kind of exploring the new swatches that we got for the range hoods. And yeah, I'm really glad that we got all those new swatches. I'm also really excited to get the new kits, the storybook kit. Sorry, not storybook. It was, yeah, storybook nursery kit and the artist studio kit. I am very excited to use those, so keep your eye out because I am definitely going to be making some builds for that, and I don't know, it's just really exciting. Probably not my next one. I have pre-recorded that one for Wednesday, but after that, keep an eye out because I already have a lot of ideas, and I'm also excited if you guys have any ideas for what I could build with that. But we are working on the dining room now, and I decided to go with some more black and white, some more neutrals, and I decided to place a fireplace on this back wall, something very modern. I really did feel like Libras have this kind of contemporary element to them, and I don't know, but they do also have a little bit of a nod to the traditional. I also really wanted this house to be minimal. I didn't clutter it too much because, I don't know, I don't think of Libras as too cluttered. I do think that they like their spaces to be very open and not too messy. So I tried to keep it fairly clean. Also, I feel like I've never used that mirror. I haven't gotten to use that mirror from Lovestruck yet because it is kind of large and difficult to find places for. So I'm glad that I finally found one, and I think it looks really good. Over here, I'm just adding a couple of toys for the dogs. Or dog. I don't actually know how many dogs this person has, but in my head it's obviously 2. And yeah, just adding some more art around. I always find it really difficult to place art on these walls, or to just kind of in general figure out what to place on these walls, the ones that are in between these windows. You can probably tell if you've seen my other astrology apartment builds, how much I struggle over there, but I think just a little bit of art, keeping it simple is pretty nice. And trying to add a rug to make it feel a little bit cozier. I do end up changing the rug in the living room to a furry rug, I think the one from the industrial kit, which just looked way better in my opinion. And here in the bathroom, this is the first time I've done a layout like this for the bathrooms. In my other astrology apartments, I've usually tried to maximize the space a lot more and tried to do like a double sink or like a vanity. But I don't know, for this one it felt right to place the shower there, so it did kind of eat up a lot of space, but in the end I think it looks okay. And of course I always include a washer dryer, and yeah, again, keeping it very neutral, very like clean and minimal. And here in the hallway I pretty much just do like storage and a mirror. Not actual storage, because for some reason the cabinets in the game don't actually serve as storage, which is something that has always kind of bothered me a little bit. I feel like we definitely could turn them into actual, I don't know, like they could work like the bookshelves do, where you just kind of drag stuff in them and then, out of sight, out of mind. But for some reason they're just decorative. And I placed a record player, again as a nod to my friend's actual record player. And yeah, just clutter it up. I think I place some magazines, I place a little stack of books, a couple of plants. I did want to add a lot of plants because considering that this house is so neutral, I felt like it was a little bit helpful to bring in a little bit of life through plants and stuff like that. But yeah, this hallway turns out pretty nice. It's not too functional or anything. I feel like that's kind of what hallways are. Hallways are just transition places. They're not actually supposed to be functional. If you can find a way to make them functional, that's great, but I don't think that that's I don't know, a characteristic that I find is common about them, which does kind of frustrate me sometimes, but I don't know. Other times I'm just like, cool, I don't have to force myself to make this functional. But yeah, just adding a little bit of like a fluffy runner using those rugs from Snowy Escape. And we are going to be working on this secondary bedroom, or the second bedroom. But the second bedroom is actually going to be the primary bedroom for this build. Yeah, usually I turn this into like a hobby room or an office or something like that. Definitely a skill building room usually. But for this one, I've decided to make it the primary bedroom, and then you will see what I turn the second, or I guess the larger bedroom into. But yeah, I kept it simple. I used the bed from Modern Luxe Kit, and I used the dressers are actually from the Vintage Glamour stuff pack, which I don't know, they just worked really perfectly in here. And I love that armchair so much from the Love Struck expansion pack. It's beautiful. And then above this like shorter dresser that I placed in front of the bed, I was gonna say table, that I placed in front of the bed, I added the frame TV from the Modern Luxe Kit that, yeah, it looks like a painting, but it's actually a television. So I felt like that was very classy and very, I don't know, very good for this bedroom. I really love how cozy it is. It's not, you know, too busy. It's not too large where you kind of feel like you're getting lost. I think it just serves its purpose. And now we're working on this larger bedroom, which is actually not a bedroom at all. It is going to be a yoga studio. So when I was trying to think of what a Libra would do, I just kind of felt like I had a lot of answers in my mind because, I don't know, I mean, they could be a lawyer, you know, justice or whatever, but I don't know, when I was thinking about, you know, how balanced they're theoretically supposed to be, I was thinking of a yoga teacher, because I also feel like I don't use the yoga items in The Sims too often, and it just kind of felt right because when you do yoga, you try to, I don't know, you try to have balance and, you know, be very zen and be very neutral and flow and adapt, and that is kind of what Libras are known for. And I don't know, maybe they still are a lawyer. They could easily also be, you know, they could be both. But yeah, I thought it would be really cool to turn this room into a yoga studio. So I'd love to hear what you guys think of this executive decision that I have made. But yeah, I got to use those items from Spa Day, which is one of those, like, not expansions. It's one of those game packs that, I don't know, they're not very popular anymore, but as an OG veteran Sims player, this was like an essential for me, and they did that kind of like revamp where they kind of added a lot of extra items and things like that a few years back now. So it is a better pack than it was when I first got it, but it is still very lacking. But anyways, it felt right for this space. And yeah, I didn't add any more of like the spa items like the massage chairs or tables or anything, or beds. Is it a bed? I don't know. But anyways, I didn't add any other spa items that aren't like the yoga mats, and I do place one of those little meditation cushions in the, like, not the backyard, but like there's kind of a porch that I will furnish after this, and kind of balcony space. But yeah, I do place that, but other than that, I just kind of turn this into, I don't know, maybe they do yoga classes for their friends or for the other neighbors or something. I don't know. The gameplay, it's all up to you. I'm just building the vessel for which you guys can be creative with your storylines, and I am excited to hear kind of what you guys choose to do in here. And oh yeah, maybe it's two Sims that live here. One of them's a lawyer, one of them is a yoga teacher. I don't know. Also, this is where I get distracted with this rug. I try to kind of fit it in some part of the build because I really liked it, but I couldn't figure it out, so I do move on. And I also wanted to create a seating area out here because, again, like, Libras are pretty social, so I wanted to create another little hangout spot, and having it out here outside just felt kind of nice, especially since I'm building like in the evening or with the evening lighting. It just also looked really pretty to just like hang out here and have a little coffee, a little tea, and also added a lot of plants. I do wish that, I don't know, you could kind of have an animation of watering these plants as well, but I didn't. I mean, it's unfortunate that we don't, but it still looks good. And we are at the screenshots now. Crazy. I felt like that kind of flew by. But yeah, there you can see I changed the shape of the island, and I changed the rug under the couch and under the living room. Yeah, I think the white fluffy rug looks way better. And yeah, I really like this like entire living space. I think it's really cute and it's very soft, it's very gentle, it's not too overpowering. Yeah, I feel like it serves its purpose. And yeah, this little dining room is really nice. I did actually change, there used to be a plant I think as the centerpiece, but I changed it to those 2 candles and they look really cute. Here we have our hallway, pretty simple, nothing to it, and our bathroom. Again, you know, it's minimal. Minimalism is not my favorite because it feels very boring, but I don't know, for some people it works. And I feel like for Libras, it would probably work. It's very luxurious for them. And I actually changed the coat hanger in here into that laundry hamper and added a little bit of artwork to make it look a little bit better, a little bit more filled in. I really love that black and white kind of art piece, but I never really, I don't know, I feel like we need more swatches for that canvas because it is really pretty. But yeah, it gets repetitive if you use it too much, but I do really like it, so I wish that we had more options for it. And here's our yoga studio. I really like the way this turned out. It's very simple, obviously. I don't think you want a yoga studio to be too cluttered and busy. But yeah, here we have our patio, which is going to bring us to our very last screenshot. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this build as much as I did. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Comment and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye!